This is an Eyewitness News special weather report.
Meteorologist Amy Freeze here with a special weather report. We have a tornado warning that is going until 11:30 from the National Weather Service for Queens and Brooklyn. Let's get you right to the radar and get you the latest information. We're also getting reports that there could potentially be a tornado that has touched down in the Queens area. We have cars turned over and reports of damage at Beach 201st Street and Rockaway Point. We have crews headed to that scene to get the very latest information there. That is from emergency officials in that area. The tornado warning issued from the National Weather Service goes until 11:30. The storm itself is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. The main concern here is rotating winds. The latest on the storm track and what's happening with it posted right here on the right-hand side of your screen. 11:20 Jamaica, 11:21 Forest Hills and Elmhurst. I'm going to forward up the storm and see as it crosses over the open waters. The forward edge of the storm is going to take us into coastal Connecticut and the points listed to the right of the screen: Manor Haven, Sands Point, Residence Park, Isle of San Sancucci, New Rochelle, Homestead Park and Sun Haven. As the storm moves back into coastal Connecticut, it looks like it does continue to have the strength with it that it did when it was coming out of New York. Look at this notch here. This is another indicator for us that we've got at least some open area where there could be some rotation coming out of the bottom of the storm. Again, the storm system itself is passing over right now open water, the most potent part of the storm. But these are the areas up next that need to take shelter. 11:21 Manor Haven, 11:22 Sands Point, 11:24 Residence Park, 11:26 Isle of San Sancucci, 11:28 New Rochelle, 11:29 Homestead Park, 11:31 Sun Haven. That's the area up next affected. What you need to know is that there's potentially a tornado that has already touched down in Queens. The area is Beach 201st Street and Rockaway Point. Emergency management in that area, officials on the scene have cars turned over and they are investigating what kind of damage could have potentially been done by the storm that came through. But rotating winds potentially happening in that area. Yes, let's take that live picture right now and tell me the location again of this. All right, this is Belt Parkway, Flatbush Avenue. You can see very reduced visibility here, difficult to see. Low clouds have already been reported all morning long, and now behind the system, this is very close to where we reported the potential tornado touchdown, is still very low cloud coverage, and this is a good reflection of what's happening in the radar. Difficult to see a storm if it rotates down to the surface like this, and that's why the technology is the great benefactor here to tell us where we might potentially see rotation before it happens. The National Weather Service has allowed this tornado warning, meaning right now happening at this time, to continue until 11:30. Likely as it crosses over the open waters and makes it to the points we were talking about that are up next, we will see that extended. However, I want to say a broader picture right now, a tornado watch for the entire area until 9 p.m. This is for everybody in the tri-state. It includes counties Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Passaic, Union, New York. All of New York and all of the boroughs are included in this, and also parts of Connecticut as well. The counties affected in Connecticut are going to be Middlesex, Fairfield, and New Haven. So that's the entire tri-state under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock tonight. We're not just looking at these storms right here that could potentially affect us, but we're also looking at a cold front that comes in tonight that has the potential to give us severe weather as well. So this is really a precursor to the main storm system, which is well out to the west. Want to make sure you get a good look here at the line. New Rochelle, 11:22. Homestead Park, 11:23. Sun Haven, 11:24. Beachmont, you're at 11:24. Want to look quickly at the hail cores inside the system and see what we're looking at. Very small hail. Very small hail, it looks like, from the system. The main threat here is going to be the heavy downpours coming in and also the potential for some very strong rotating winds. Finally, before we leave you, this is going to be the future radar cast. Where is the storm headed next? What you're looking at right here, this orange, yellow, and red, that's what we want to track and that's what we want to follow. So let's bring it in just a little closer so we can get a good idea of which cities we're going to follow as we track this into the future. Up next, we're going to be going over I-95. That looks like crossing right over Stamford and then north of Stamford. So the storm storm has a very steady northeast movement to it, and you've got maybe 20-30 minutes to prepare for these areas right now that are on the screen. So Bridgeport, Connecticut, any of these coastal area communities from Stanford to Bridgeport need to be prepared for the storm as it approaches your area. Real-time radar, once again, we're going to give you the latest information on the storm and where it's headed up next. I'm going to put the cursor on here and you'll get a storm track that pops up. There you go. The latest information is the storm's going to come off the backside. Still seeing some heavy downpours through Flushing through about 11:30. We've got a few minutes left, though, as the storm will completely pass over Queens and make its way out into the open waters there. Again, finally, National Weather Service allowing for this tornado warning to continue to 11:30, a tornado watch for the entire area until 9 p.m. tonight, and a potential tornado touchdown in Queens at Beach 201st Street and Rockaway Point. Emergency managers are watching there. We're going to finish up right now. We'll keep you up to speed as the afternoon rolls on. If there are the warnings, if there are reports of any damage in the area, we're on it. We'll bring it right back to you, but we want to also bring you programming as well throughout the day, so we'll go back to that right now.
The interesting